This video intended for educational purposes.
Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimming Bird, and welcome back for another Minecraft 1.8 Snapshot. This is 14W19A, and this week we've got improvements to slime blocks, world borders, spying and spectator mode, player skulls, and more, so let's get into it. Now the first new feature you can see here thanks to my slide and slime machine. If a piston pushes a slime block horizontally, it will actually launch a bunch of things sideways, including players, mobs, arrows, TNT, items, all that good stuff. I'll just let this creeper have fun over here as we talk about it. So if you are on a normal block and you're pushed by the slime, you actually won't go that far, about 2 or 3 blocks over. But as you saw over there, if you're on ice, you'll actually slide about 8 or 9 blocks over, so it's a lot more useful. I'm excited to see what creativity can come out of the community using this new feature. We already have elevators and stuff using the horizontal slime block launchers, so I want to see what else we can get out of this. Now, I built this little cannon here, which dispenses TNT and launches it over using the slime block. It'll blow up in the ocean there. And then I saw that Seth Bling, another YouTuber, has built a even better cannon which uses 2 slime blocks to launch the TNT up and then over, so it bounces even farther out there, which is pretty sweet. And I mentioned you can launch some other stuff. I'll throw a few arrows down there. I'll throw some items. How about we make some flying fish here, throw some salmon down, and then I'll launch it out, and there it goes. So yeah, you can launch a ton of stuff. I'm excited to see what else will come out of slime blocks before 1.8 is released. Now, World Border is a new feature that existed in the past but is now even more fleshed out in 1.8, and we can do a few other things now. I'll set the world border to about 100 so you guys can see it. And you will notice the first new feature here. You saw the side of my screen actually got tinted red. The closer you get to the world border, the more it will actually tint red. This is on fancy graphics only. It's basically a warning telling you to look out. The border is very close by. It helps people who are underground see where the world border is, because you might not be able to see it very easily if you're in a cave. And it will warn players in PvP games if the sides of the world are collapsing, you need to get out of the way because you will take damage if you're on the other side of the border, and it will kill you. So you can actually do a few other commands here, including changing the amount of damage you take when you're on the other side of the border, how many blocks from the border it takes before you start getting damage. That's the buffer command here. And the warning will actually change depending on what distance you set it to, and you can actually set different things like you've got distance here or time. So within 30 seconds or so of the border closing in on me, it'll start getting red, or if I'm within 70 blocks or so, stuff like that, which is a nice little feature. So if the border did start to close in on me, you could see the screen is going to get more and more intense red on the sides, and oh no, look out, it's going to get that. But then you can just, set it higher if you want to mess around with it and play around. But it's pretty cool. I like the world border features. Now, there were a few glitches with the nether where the world border would be 1/8 the size in the nether. They have fixed that, so if I set it to 100, you guys can see that it'll be 100 blocks away from the center in the nether as well. So let's fly into there. And there were some different bugs with that, so yeah, they made it a lot nicer in here. It's really funny to see gas fly into the side of the world border. They get stuck and bounce off of it like glass. So yeah, skins are a little glitchy right now. As you can see, I went through the portal and now I'm a Steve. But that's alright, and you probably noticed a bunch of Steves all around. Well, I've got a new feature to show you using these other players. One more thing about world borders: if you shoot TNT into it, it'll hit the wall and just fall down and go splat. So yeah, they've improved blocking entities and different things there in the with the world border. Before you could shoot arrows through it and stuff like that, but it's a lot less glitchy now, which is awesome. So over here, I've got all these Steves everywhere. I'm going to go into Spectator Mode, because Spectator Mode actually has a new menu. To access this, you just have to push one of the numbers on your hotbar. You can push 9 to close it again if you need to, and you can click using the pick block button and actually scroll using the mouse wheel to go through. So the new features in Spectator Mode are teleport to player and teleport to team member. So you can see there's a bunch of other players around here. If I click that, you can actually see the different player heads and the player names, and you can pick which one you want to teleport to, and you can teleport between dimensions now, so you can finally teleport into the nether, and I can just go back and teleport out of here. So it's a very easy way without commands to teleport around and watch PvP in different games in spectator mode, so that's awesome. And you can also use the team command to go to different teams. So I have 3 different teams here now, so I could pick a team and then it'll show me the players on the team. I can teleport to either one of those. So yeah, it's a lot nicer now and more streamlined. It's far from complete though, says Dinnerbun, so there's a lot more features that are going to go into it, but it actually works a lot better now, which is awesome. a lot easier and more useful. So some other things I wanted to mention. I said player skulls at the beginning. There was a glitch in the last snapshot where you could actually edit the player skull and use different URLs to have it use skins that weren't even on players. Now that was actually a bug, and Dinnerbone says in this tweet that the skulls in the snapshot of the skin are whatever skin it has when they are made. So you could put on a skin, change, make a skull, place it down, and then change your skin, and it would theoretically retain that skin. Now this actually works for a little bit, but then eventually it changes back to the skin that I have on. So I hope he's meaning that this is like a feature that he's going to flesh out more in the future, because that would be really awesome to be able to make a bunch of different skulls using skins without having to find a player that has the right skin for an adventure map or decorative stuff. So yeah, it's right now it's still a little buggy, but that's something that hopefully we'll get in the future. Now there are a few bugs about the world borders shrinking and growing or stopping when you logged out, or pistons breaking different blocks that weren't supposed to be moved, stuff like that, but that's been fixed in the snapshot. So yeah, a few good features this week, improvements to a bunch of the 1.8 features we got in the past, and of course the slime block stuff is really awesome. Still waiting for more survival adventure features, hopefully, but we still have a bit before 1.8 comes out. Thank you guys for watching. As always, thank you so much for tuning in and choosing my snapshots. I'm sorry it was a little late this week. I've been feeling a bit under the weather, but I'm feeling better now. And maybe leave a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys next time for more Minecraft Snapshot news. This is Steve signing out. Goodbye.